Vigilante Williamson here with a clip from my show.
This next story is not one I was going to cover, right? I don't even know where to start with this one. This is about Sarah Fuller, who you may have heard. She's Vanderbilt's backup kicker. She's really a soccer player on their women's team, and she was named SEC Special Teams Player of the Week after this kick. And I hope you can hear the audio. So let's just play it. And they're making this a good moment. And I'm not going to shame this woman, right? Because actually, good for you, man. If you're able to generate, hopefully you can generate income off of this crap. I'm a capitalist. I want everyone to make money. But she was named for the Special Team Player of the Week in the SEC, the best college football conference, for this play right here. This single play. This is the only play she made. SEC Player of the Week for that. The coach got fired. The 8-0 coach who had like 7 losing seasons is fired. And some people think he did that as a way, oh, you can't fire me. I have this virtues. Hey, I have the first woman in a major college organization. You can't fire me. And it didn't work. If that was the case, we don't know that it was the case. But this, I wasn't going to cover this just off the strength of what happened. You know, if this was just, hey, they got the backup kicker or whatever it was, they were already down 21-0. This is a team that's not going to go anywhere. It's a cool story. It's a cool little nothing story. It's kind of funny because the kick was so bad. They tried to cover it, saying, and actually I think it says in this article, it's a squib kick, and it wasn't a squib kick. Maybe they did design a squib kick, which makes it worse. Oh, yeah, she's hurt. Look at this. Look at the marketing they're putting behind this woman for that one kick. They have this picture, Mia Hamm, Hope Solo, Billie Jean King. And shout out to those ladies. I'm not trying to disparage anyone, and I'm not even trying to disparage Sarah Fuller herself because, you know, again, I'm a capitalist. If you can make money, make money. If you can profit off this, not this, after the Tennessean is giving me so much crap. You can profit over this for all means profit. This is not on her. This is on everyone else. All these media organizations virtue signaling. I'm going to ask the same question I just asked about Marika Tamaki's virtue signal comic. Who is this for? Oh, I appreciate that, Paulie. Hey, guys, let's hit the like button. Show Vigilante some love. I appreciate that anyone's even watching this because usually these streams are pretty dead. But I know there's 5 people watching between the 3 platforms. Not sure how many people are watching on YouTube because I'm only using StreamYards. Hey, Foulball. What is up, gents? What is up, Foulball Productions? I actually need to check out your stream you had with Lindsay. I saw part of it, but I didn't see it all. You were doing the Miracle. I think it was the Miracle on 34th Street. Pretty cool stuff. But who is this for? What barrier is this knocking down? Because this isn't a good showing. And you know what the saddest part about this is? And I'm going to get to it. There's a story here about how that kind of, if I can get to it, I hate to drag through it. Oh, God, I want to find the story. No, this isn't it. There's a story about how she was doing a contest kicking a soccer ball with her teammates, and they would kick the ball into the stands and go back 10 yards. She made it to about 45 yards. So why did I bring that up? Even though I can't find the fucking story. I shouldn't have cost. Well, because I looked at the science of which one would a soccer ball travel about as far as a football. So I'm not sure if everyone can see this, but this is according to Stack Exchange. It's not official. But the belief is that a football would actually travel further than a soccer ball. Yeah, Nanoreaper. That kick was terrible. Appreciate you joining. That kick was so atrocious. But if the story, and I hate that I can't find it, is true that she was able to kick a soccer ball 45 yards, that presumes, you know, according to science, and it's the believability of the story, could be BS. As you see, there's a huge marketing campaign behind this woman. But if that's anywhere in the realm of possibility, she could potentially kick a football even further, meaning she could have done at least a decent kick if they would have asked her, if she was trying to. I don't know what happened. But it's a shame. It's a real shame that they did that. Who is this for? Do you think that there's a woman out there who, you know, always wanted to be a terrible college kicker? Like, is that the goal that we're trying to say? This is what we're trying to give the example for our next generation of young ladies. You too can be an atrocious female kicker for a terrible team that a bunch of people in the media virtue signal for clout for. Like, is that what we're trying to teach our next generation? Is that the example we're trying to set? I can't help but to think of I believe it was the Super Bowl in 07 for the 06 season. You had two black coaches. You had Tony Dungy and Lovie Smith as the coaches in the Super Bowl. And Lay's had this cringy commercial with all these black people smiling like this is some moment. And it was great. You know, it was cool. I'm glad that both coaches were able to have success and what have. And I like Tony Dungy a ton. And I even like Lovie Smith when he was a coach. But, this wasn't some grand moment for me. I didn't get like a check and something. It wasn't like someone knocked on the door like, hey, did you know that there's two black coaches in the Super Bowl this year? And Lasers did a commercial. Everything's better now. Racism is dead. Or it wasn't like, oh man, now, I didn't think I could do anything. But now that I see this Lay's commercial with Lovie Smith and Tony Dungy, I think anything is possible. Is that like the intention? Like, what is the intention behind this stuff? And I would have never covered this just for the kick itself. I didn't care. The team's going nowhere. The coach got fired. It's just a funny story. And it doesn't harm anything in a vacuum. But when you add on to the huge media blitz and this, Vanderbilt Sarah Fuller is the special teams player of the week in the SEC. The SEC is arguably better than the NFC East. The SEC is the power football conference of power football conferences. And that hurts my heart as a Michigan fan when we have John Harbaugh, but that's a digression that I won't get into. The SEC is as tough of a football conference that has ever existed. And you're telling me the special teams player of the week kicked a terrible squib kick, potentially by design to keep her from getting hurt? It's atrocious. So what does this say to all the people who do have college scholarships, who will fight for a college scholarship? It says it's pointless. I mean, you can go argue about what a college education is worth. I think it can be worth a lot depending on the degree. But there are people who are trying their damnedest to get a scholarship. And instead, you're saying, nope, it's more important to do virtue signaling. Now, I know the Angels advocate, she didn't take actual scholarship spot. She's a walk-on, whatever. Still, you're somebody who wants a scholarship. If you see something like that and you feel like a spot is gone, like, you know what I mean? And Nanoreaper does bring up a decent point. Vanderbilt is the worst team in the SEC. And not just this year, they're historically one of, if not the worst teams in the SEC. They are a doormat. And that's very true. So that's why in a vacuum, I wouldn't care. But when you make her the player of the week in the SEC, again, the worst team in the SEC gets the player of the week for one terrible squib. Oh, in a locker room, she apparently gave a locker room pep talk to the team that was losing because she had to do it. What are you saying about your program? What are you saying about your conference? And what are you saying about college football? To me, you're saying whatever the headlines do, will do. The sanctity of the sport be damned. And not that, college football is corrupt as fuck, so it's not like it's a sanctified sport with all these bowl games, these people who get envelopes for nothing. But still, I just think it's a bad look. Giving her an award. If you just did it, who cares? It's funny. We can, make memes about it, but it's up to her. And again, I'm not attacking Sarah Fuller. I hope you can capitalize off of this. I'm a capitalist. Make this money, honey. Don't let it make you. I hope you can grift from all these stupid organizations. I hope you can, do speaking tours. Get as much money out of this as you can. You only live once.